Hey guys, are you listening to this episode on Himalaya?
If you are, we just want to say congratulations because you're already using the best podcast app out there.
And if you're not, you're totally missing out.
Yes, you should be having FOMO for sure.
Major FOMO.
Whether you're a podcaster or a fan,
Himalaya is designed with you in mind.
Himalaya has a ton of cool features like curated, shareable playlists and collections that are made just for you, along with personalized recommendations to help with content discovery.
And the best part is, it's super easy to use.
So like I could even use it?
You could use it. We could use it.
Wow.
They could use it. We could all use it.
It is definitely my favorite listening app, and I'm sure it'll be yours too.
So do yourself a huge favor and download Himalaya today, and be sure to follow our show once you're there. So you know how I'm really bad with coming up with fun facts to start each episode with? You know
we
this.
all know this.
They know this.
Yes.
This is a common factual knowledge thing.
Okay.
I came prepared today.
You did?
Yeah, so long story short, I had to get my car to get maintenance today, which meant I had to get a rental car. So I'm driving around this other person's car and my phone wasn't connected to it. So what did I have to do? I couldn't listen to my music on my iPhone. I had to listen to an actual radio, which was new for me. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And they were talking about national holidays and stuff. And first of all, just side note, today is National Underwear Day.
Sure.
But I was like, the guy was like, who makes this stuff up? And then when we walked in, we were talking to Mark, and Mark, no, he was like, who makes this stuff up? And I was like, that's such a common thing. So I looked it up really quick. And do you want to know, what holidays are all on today?
There's multiple?
Yeah, I'm going to hit you with it. British Columbia Day.
Okay.
Civic Holiday. Heritage Day in Alberta.
Okay.
Natal Day.
What is that?
Natal Day? I'm not really sure.
Okay.
National Underwear Day.
Uh-huh.
New Brunswick Day. New South Wales Bank Holiday, Northern Territory Picnic Day, Terry Fox Day, Work Like a Dog Day. That's all today.
How do you establish it?
I don't know, guys. If you guys have an answer for us, if you know who creates this is, I just went to National Holiday Today. Wait, nationaltoday.com.
I bet it's some guy who hates his job and he just gets emails all day of these teenagers being like,
oh yeah,
hey, let's make it a donut day, and he's just whatever. Approved.
Yeah, or he's high as a kite and is just making this stuff up in his head. Anyways, hello, welcome back to Unsolicited Advice. This is Ashley.
I'm Taryne.
And we are here to advise you, as we do.
Yes. We are excited to be here. So we both went on vacation. So we kind of pre-recorded a couple episodes.
Yeah,
to
everything you
last.
guys heard happened in the past. It was past.
I mean,
yeah.
But I don't know about you, but I was going through withdrawals.
I felt weird.
Missed it.
You know what was weird was walking back in here today. I was like,
I was so excited.
I can't believe I did this weekly. And then I just went two straight weeks without it.
2 weeks, yeah.
Which is what I did for Estonia too. Yeah, and it felt weird.
Yeah, I don't
too.
like it.
It's weird. We don't like it. We miss you guys.
We do.
You guys are a big part of our lives, and we feel it when you're not there.
It's true.
It's
true. You definitely impact Ashley because on the way here she didn't say one word to me, but we walk in and now she's like, hi guys.
We gotta turn it on.
She loves it. She loves it. I'm just saying that's how much you love it.
So much joy.
Okay, so
Taryne, no, I'm gonna start this. Taryne has been acting so weird for a week. I'm not kidding. Probably 6 to 7 days ago, she was like, okay, there's something I want to tell you. And I was like, oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me, tell me now. And she goes, but I can't. I have to tell you on the podcast.
Yes.
And this is something that's been happening with us for a while, which is so much fun. But this girl told me 7 days ago, and I've had to wait. And I don't understand, why she told me this in the first place, unless she's just trying to annoy the hell out of me.
No. When you hear the story, you're going to understand how freaking hard it was for me to not say anything. But I will admit, if roles were reversed, I probably would have punched you in the face. Because not only did I tell her a long time ago, but pretty much every other day I'll be like, I can't wait to tell you.
Yeah, and just pure joy on her face. And she'll get this excited Taryne comes out. And then I'm just sitting here I want to be in that excited phase 2, but I can't because she won't tell me, and it's been
But
so annoying.
You know what's the most amazing thing? Is everyone listening, if they've been listening and they know some background to some of our episodes, will like enjoy this just as much as you will.
Ugh, okay, well, we're ready. We're ready.
So
we've been ready.
You know, for me, I like I said, you guys should know, I don't get surprised when weird things happen to me, but I enjoyed this so much just because of our podcast.
Because you knew you were going to talk about it on the podcast.
So I went to get a massage with my mom.
Oh.
What is the most ironic thing?
Someone fell asleep?
Dude. Straight.
Shut up.
No. I've been dying to tell you this. Okay.
How?
If you are not like familiar with our other episodes.
What episode was that? 4?
Yeah, it was one of our first ones. It's called a Narcoleptic Masseuse, and it's about this guy who goes to get a massage, and the massage therapist
First of all, if you haven't listened to it, stop what you're doing right now.
Oh my gosh,
please go back to the episode and listen to the whole thing. It's
so
worth it. Now,
okay.
Now that you've done that,
so welcome back. So I go in and I'm getting a massage, and it was like amazing. Like the whole because you start like laying on your stomach, so the whole like her doing my back and legs and all that stuff was great. I flipped over and it was like going fine, but then like I started noticing like she started doing this, like she would like be pressurized and just moving like down my arms super slow, and I was just thinking in my head like, I mean that's an interesting technique. Like sure, I'm sure some people are into it, but in the back of my mind I was like, wouldn't that be funny if she's falling asleep? So then it was like subtle things where I was like, I swear like I would feel her like jump. And so I was like, no
twitch
way.
a little bit.
Like no way. So then she does this thing and then she just completely stops moving but is like fully holding one of my feet.
Oh my God.
And so that's when like I was like, there's no way. So I would start like moving slightly, or I would like clear my throat. The whole time I didn't want to say anything because I was like, let's see where this goes for the podcast, of course.
Right.
So the best part, well, one of the best parts is she comes up to like my arm. Her problem was that she kept using a stool and sitting down. You know what I mean?
Aren't you not supposed to?
Well, I've seen people that will do that. Like if they're doing your feet, they'll like bring a stool over and like sit.
Okay.
And this was like a nice place, so it's not like it was like, I don't know, but she kept doing it. And I feel like after the first time I would notice myself falling asleep, I'd be like, homegirl, you got to stand. You got to shake it out. Like, but she kept doing it. So then she comes to my arm, and this was when I opened my eyes. And all of you who are listening, this is one of the reasons you should watch our YouTube videos, because I'm going to demonstrate, but I'll try to interpret as well. So she's holding my arm and like slowly moving. But when I opened my eyes, she was literally going like this.
Oh.
I swear I'm not exaggerating. Like falling side to side. Like she looked like she was on a boat.
Oh my God.
And holding my arm the whole time. That's what was so trippy, is like
you
she
were
was still
her
moving.
anchor.
Yeah, I was her anchor. And then the one part that like was not comfortable is, you know, where they do like when you're on your back, they like scoop under your neck and like pull your head up.
Yeah.
So she did that really slowly and then just stopped for like a good amount of time. So like her like fingers were like in my skull and my head was just up. And I was like,
wow.
Dude, but can you believe that?
Like, what are the odds of you getting that masseuse?
I know.
That did the exact same thing as one of our listeners.
I know.
That's so weird.
And remember when we read that story?
Thing?
I don't know, but when we read it, I was like, I've never heard of this happening.
I've never heard of that before, and this is the second time I've heard it.
Yeah.
Wow, is this the thing, guys? Mark, have you heard of that? No?
I can't see him.
He's shaking his head now. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there is if this is a thing, if it's a common thing, but you know, you got to give it to them. They're sitting there in a dimly lit room
with that music,
with all kinds of essential oils blowing around, you know, and that calming music. For what, like a good 8-hour shift? Probably.
It's true. She sounded sick too. She kept coughing, which I was like, that's, not my preference, but like,
yeah,
no
kidding.
So I think
I'd
she
walk
like
in and
wasn't
be
feeling
like,
good.
I'm sorry, are you sick?
Yeah. But
don't touch me.
Yeah. At the end, she's like, how do you feel? I was like, I feel great.
I feel great.
She
How
walked
do you
out
feel after
and
that nap?
I lost it. Like I lost it.
God.
So I get in the car and I tell my mom, and she was not as happy because she paid for it as like a gift. So she was like, you had her email them. And I was like, I will.
Part of
Mom.
me is like, I'm really glad that you like stuck it out to like tell us what happened.
Oh, yeah.
I would also have been very interested if you told her something right away, the exact opposite of our listener, the guy who wrote in.
My whole thing is I always feel bad for people. And so like I wrote an email.
Advised him.
Well, this is what I did. Okay. I wrote an email and I said, just want to let you know, like I'm not going to give you the name of the person or the location, but like this did happen because it's like a big chain for massages. I never know what the correct thing to say is. But so I said, I feel like I should be either refunded or like credited another massage, but like if you're gonna require me to like turn someone in, then like I'm fine. So I did definitely like take a step to be like, hey, like
good, yeah, that's a good middle ground.
Yeah, but oh my god,
I'm proud of you for writing that.
I laughed for a good 15 minutes when I got out.
Kidding.
I was so excited to tell you.
Jeez. That's so crazy. I get massages all the time. I've never in my life had someone do that to me.
Me too.
Was it the same chain?
No.
Wait, did our listener mention the chain?
No, he said it was like one of those like little places. So this is like a big one that's like all over the place.
That's even shocking because like you would expect that at a small place, not a big one.
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
Guys, if there's anyone out there listening who has had this happen to them in the past, please write us, DM us, tell us, because I think we're onto something here. What if there's this whole like conspiracy happening within the massage chain, world, corporation?
What would the conspiracy be? They drug their
know. They're all
employees.
drugged. There's something in all the like too much essential oils is a thing. I don't know. The possibilities are endless.
Well, okay. So sorry to take up so much time in the beginning, but it was worth it to tell you.
Definitely worth it.
Yes.
I'm gonna just adjust my chair a little bit. That's so much better.
You good?
I was like hunched over, and I hate hunching. I could feel it in my back. So old people probs.
How are you? Do you have anything to say?
I'm great. I just got back from visiting my family in Illinois, which was one of the best vacations I've ever had, like ever. I don't know why it was so good. It had been a long time since I'd seen them, so that was really fun. For those of you that don't know, my dad's side of the family lives in Illinois. It's a small little town down there, and my aunt has a lake house, and I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I got an email. Sorry, Mark.
Was that an email?
It was an email.
Let me see your phone.
What? What did you think it was? It's an email.
Oh, it looked like a Hinge app.
I already told you I deleted it. Rude. Don't call me out.
Anyways, we were at my aunt's lake house the entire time, and we had so much fun. I literally tubed and skied and ate my heart's worth of country soul food.
Country goods.
It was great.
Your pictures and videos looked amazing. I was living
so
for
great.
you.
It was so great. I like justified the food because, skiing, tubing all day long, that's hard work.
You burn it
that's
right
hard
off.
Work, people. And
totally.
I don't get my aunts cooking very often, so
it's all
a
about
big
balance.
Deal. Yeah,
letting
it's great. But I'm back.
It.
I'm back.
Cool.
Back in the routine of things and stuff.
Cool. So last week we had an update.
We did.
Episode.
We had an update episode.
The feedback has been so cool, and it kind of confirmed what we thought, like how people are as invested as we were. But also, like when I was listening back to it, I was kind of trying to listen, like, what if this was the first episode I listened to? Mm-hmm. And it still was super interesting. So I feel like it was like a great thing.
It was so much fun. If you guys, I feel like you guys are all on board anyways, but if you want to hear more update episodes, please let us know, because we had a great time. We were fully invested, and it seems like you guys were too, so that's good. Yeah, we're all one big UA fam.
We are a great UA fam.
Mm-hmm.
Fam bam. Okay, well, I have a DM I wanted to read, and then we can like go. Okay, so she doesn't say she wants to be anonymous again. If y'all don't clarify, we can't be held accountable.
Name's fair game if you don't tell us.
Yes.
Otherwise. Name's fair game.
She liked that.
That flowed so well. Shocked.
Name's
Continue.
fair game. So this is from our Instagram DMs, and it's from, I think it's Caters. But she said, LOL, OMG, I just have to say that I have been listening to you guys since the beginning, and this whole time I've been thinking your voices are switched. Now I have to re-listen to old episodes to visualize the right personality with the right person.
Oh my gosh.
Total mind blown.
That's so funny.
That happens to me with
I've done that too.
oh my gosh, the murder podcast.
My favorite murder.
Yeah, my favorite murder.
That's funny. It happened with me and with
Yes.
Wow, that happened to me with their podcast as well.
Because I listened to it for a while, then I saw their pictures and immediately assigned the voice to who I thought it looked like it fit.
Yeah.
So I think it's funny that she has us switched.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I thought Karen's voice was what's her name? Georgia. I thought Karen's voice was George's voice for the longest time. And then I went and saw them live, which, made me so happy. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Which is so...
That's interesting.
Why is...
Which, like, obviously, I know I figured it out at a certain point because they would call each other by each other's names. And then I'd realize, I had it wrong. But, like, I really solidified it when I saw them live.
But, like, why? I've done that before where I've been like, oh, his voice doesn't match his face. Yeah. What does that mean?
It means nothing. It just means your brain interpreted it to be a certain way and it wasn't.
That's just interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So anyways, I thought that was interesting. So let's go on a short break and we'll get into stories. Do you want to go first or should I go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, give us a
Can I hit you with the title? Because this girl did great with her title.
Wow, it looks long. Sorry, I know
First
I'm
of
not
all,
supposed to look at your paper.
Get your eyes.
Can I just say
off of my letter?
So we live together now, right?
We do.
And like
roomies.
There's been times of life, and that's all life. You know what I'm talking about?
Just
anyone? Okay. Ryan and Adam Marlowe.
Taryne,
this is
pull it together.
Okay, I'll like walk by the counter, and all of a sudden Ashley will like walk all fast and like pull papers and look at me like I cheated off her test, and I'm like, what? She's like, you can't look at my titles.
Your wandering eyes are going to see a title, and then you're going to know a good little like idea of what I'm going to talk about.
You know what? Just read your title.
Anyways,
read your lengthy title.
Anyways, this girl hit it out of the ballpark. Are you ready?
Yes. I said yes.
She says, in the words of Rapunzel, when will my life begin? Alternate title. I have 99 problems, but as for a social life, I don't have one.
Oh my God. That was pure gold.
I looked at that and was like, she wins. I don't even have to read it. Like, I choose you.
But like they both are equally good.
Like, I know she sat down and thought of it and was like, I can't decide. I'm going to just put both because they're so good.
I'm so glad she did.
Good for you. I loved it. And it, honestly, I started printing before I even read it. I was like, that's
even if the story sucks.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, eventually I read it. But yeah, I was that excited because I was like sold. Anyways.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to break and then we're going to hear all about her 99 problems and no social life. You know what I hate, Taryne?
Please tell me, Ashley.
BS.
Okay. I wasn't ready for that.
Today's sponsor is Lola, and they are made from 100% natural products. No BS.
Okay, I was like, where's she going to tie this in?
I was waiting to see what your face would say. There's no BS, there's no mystery fibers, and no doubts about what's going into your body.
Love
One
that.
of my favorite things about Lola, and that they've talked about before, is like, if you care about what food you eat and what ingredients go into the food you eat, then you should care about the products you use, and including
so true.
what goes into your body.
Yes, so true. One thing I learned is that the FDA doesn't require brands to disclose a comprehensive list of ingredients in their feminine care products.
It's unbelievable.
So most of them don't. So like you really don't even know.
Yeah.
But Lola offers a complete transparency about the ingredients found in their tampons, pads, liners, and wipes. Mm-hmm. They also make your month so much easier because you can customize your own mix of products, the number of boxes, frequency of delivery, and you can change and skip whenever. So like literally you don't even have to think about what time of the month it is. That's what I loved about mine, is mine just like showed up like it knew. And I was like, oh, that's right. Like
I was just gonna say, like, if you plan this correctly, your tampons can come before, or pads or whatever, it can come before your period comes and remind you that your period's coming.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep. It's cool too because this brand is founded by women for women, which it makes sense. Like women should be the ones telling us what to put in our own bodies.
Yeah.
But what's cool is they're so like, I don't know if you like, the style is so like minimalist. Like it's very
chic. Like
it's like discreet.
You can't tell that they're tampons or pads. You can't tell.
I love them, and it's just like very simple. Like the size is on them. It's just perfect. So I'm definitely big fan.
Big fan. So, you guys, you know what's coming up next. For 40% off your first month subscription, visit mylola.com and enter advice when you subscribe.
Again, you know, we love to hit you with it twice, because sometimes we're like, guys, do you realize?
Do you realize the discount?
The discount.
Are you going to forget the code?
The gold. We're just going to say it twice. So again, for 40% off your first month subscription, visit mylola.com and enter advice when you subscribe to get that beautiful discount.
You're welcome.
Ashley, I'm excited. Do you know why?
Why?
Because we're partnering with like my faves.
Is it BetterHelp?
Yeah. As we look
I'm just
at our
kidding.
paper.
I know it's BetterHelp. It's just funny because it's obviously BetterHelp.
Guys, I honestly am so excited every time we talk about BetterHelp, because
you know how there's fans and there's stans?
Yeah.
You're a BetterHelp stan.
Girl. Yeah, I am. I want to meet them all. I just think it's such a cool thing. BetterHelp, if you haven't heard us talk about them before, they are a just super awesome company that you can get matched with your own licensed professional therapist. And you guys know, like, our literal podcast is giving advice, but there's so many times we talk about the importance of therapy and seeking help when you are dealing with something that's affecting your happiness or, you know, keeping you from achieving goals, or even just to check in on how you're doing.
Yeah.
So BetterHelp is literally, I just love them. Go ahead.
We're big fans of them over here. And one of the best things is that you can connect with a professional counselor in a safe and private environment online. And there is something, I think, important about talking to a person like face to face, but there's also something like very safe and comforting about being able to, for example, just like stay at home and talk to someone on the phone or video chat.
You can text them even. Like, that's amazing.
There's so many different things you can do in the comforts of like what you find comfortable. Yeah. And I think that's amazing. And you can be as confident and confidential as you want in them and that process. You can now get help at your own time and at your own pace. You can schedule secure video and phone sessions, plus chat and text with your therapist, which is amazing. I think it's when you're going through something and sometimes it hits you like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to like actually text someone and get actual legitimate feedback back
from a licensed professional therapist.
Yeah. We're not talking about texting your BFF and, you know, her encouraging you or him encouraging you, but like someone actually guiding you through how to get out of that process. It's so crazy and so helpful. And then again, the best thing is if you're not happy with your counselor, you can request a new one at any time with no additional charge.
So cool, which is important. We talk about the importance of finding a therapist for you all the time.
It's really cool that they prioritize that.
Yeah. Guys, this is seriously, it's a very affordable option and they have ways that they can help you. But also for our UA listeners, because we love you and they love you, you can get 10% off your first month with discount code Unsolicited Advice. So if you've been wanting to talk to someone, get started right away. Go right now to BetterHelp.com/unsolicited advice.
Again, that's BetterHelp.com/UNSOLICITEDADVICE. And
just fill out a questionnaire and literally, boom, there you go.
Wham, bam.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
You ready, girl?
Yeah, we back.
Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you.
That didn't even go. That wasn't even like you started. That's so weird.
But why couldn't you have like helped me out there?
I'm not gonna help. That didn't even go right. Get out, Taryne. Oh my gosh. Okay. Moving on to what y'all are here to listen to in the first place.
I've been bothering her all day.
Not Taryne's
all day.
singing. It's been one of those days where she just like woke up on one side and I woke up on another.
You should have seen us. I wish I would have like turned a camera on in the car.
She's been so happy
I
all
was
day, and I've been
dancing.
stressed and trying to finish
I know
a video and emails, and she's just like, "Hey, you good?" Just over here dancing.
At one point, I looked over and I was shaking my head almost like a dangerous amount while driving. And I looked over and Ashley was just like holding her phone up, but like staring straight ahead. And I was like, "Oh, we're not.
That's my thinking face. That is my thinking face to a T." Anyways,
Okay, sorry.
We digress because we
ready.
have a story to tell you. Okay.
Yes.
Let me just double check anonymous stuff.
Anonymous.
Okay, she said I can say it.
Anonymity.
Okay. This is from
Anonymity.
Olivia. And again, because it was so good, her title is, "In the words of Rapunzel, when will my life begin?" Or an alternate title, "I have 99 problems, but as for a social life, I don't have one."
Oh, I love that
Ding,
one.
ding, ding. Okay, here she goes.
Oh my God.
Hey, Ashley and Taryne. First things first, I love your podcast. We love
we
you.
love you.
Thank you. She says, "You guys are so funny and we share the same sense of humor. So I love using your podcast as a way to decompress, which is a pretty hard thing for me to do. Since
Oh, that's cool.
I am an Enneagram 1.
Ooh.
For those of you who aren't Enneagram fanatics like Taryne and I, Enneagram 1 is like the perfectionist. So it kind of makes sense that she struggles with decompressing because she's always like, go, 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 getting everything right, perfect.
I don't know if you know this. I feel like you would. But like, are those more rare? Because I feel like I don't come across a lot of people that are ones.
Matt is a 1.
But that's the only one I know. Oh, Vanessa might be a 1.
Oh yeah, I don't think they're like rare. I just think you
Okay.
personally don't have a lot of 1s in
Okay.
your life. But yeah, we know a couple 1s.
Okay.
Anyways, she says she's a 1, which, that's great. She says she's a 1. After listening to y'all's I'm not good with saying y'all sometimes. I'm trying to read
You're
it.
doing so much better.
After listening to y'all for months, I finally caved and took the test. I'm sad to say I'm a control freak type 1, but happy because some articles say Captain America would be 1. So that makes me feel much better.
Totally.
Anyways, on to my question/problem. I would totally do Captain America number 1.
You would do Captain America?
I would do Captain America number 1.
Ashley, this is a family channel.
Anyways, my name's
Your face is
Olivia.
getting red.
You can say my name. I'm 23. So hello, Olivia, age 23. I graduated from college in 2018 and have a job teaching at a high school I graduated from. I live in a town I've been in my whole life except for 5 months when I was in the UK. That being said, I feel like I'm in a rut socially. Literally, all of my friends, except for one, have moved / are moving away. I'm not exaggerating when I say literally, legitimately, they're all gone.
Dang.
I know the most basic answer is to go out and meet people, but this is what I'm struggling with. I work 14-hour days because I always bring my schoolwork home, and I'm a dance coach. I want to meet new people and wouldn't mind meeting a cute guy who would treat me right.
Don't
but
we
I
all?
am struggling to do this. I have essentially no work-life balance and feel as if I'm trapped in a post-college grad tower waiting to escape and have a rewarding life. Hint, that's where the title came from.
Oh,
She's so cute.
she's cute.
She put the hint in like little colons. Okay. Despite being an extrovert, I have social anxiety, so going out, bars, trivia, anything with people is exhausting. If I do go out, I'll have a good time. Pause while I turn the page.
You got it?
I'll have a good time while I'm out, but the second I get into my car, I overanalyze how I acted and convince myself that I was either rude, weird, annoying, etc.
Dang.
In addition, I don't seem to have the same interests as some of the people my age. I have been to the club 3 times in my life, and I'm not really the party type, especially since my students go to clubs in my city. That was a mixture of me and you.
Yeah.
She's gone to the club 3 times. She's not really the party type. That is so me.
Yeah.
and
And then the
students,
kids going
you
dancing.
run into your students all the time.
That's a true story.
I've gone to like lunch with her and her family, and I guarantee you, every single time, doesn't matter what time of day or what restaurant we go to, they run into students from schools. So we both feel you right there. We get it. She continues, I do go to church, but there aren't a lot of young people there.
That's hard.
I feel that, yeah. I go out with my sister to events in downtown, in my city occasionally, but don't seem to meet people. Maybe I have a resting bitch face. Who knows? I do. I've had so many people call me out for that. She says, people keep telling me to relax, get out more, which annoys me because I don't see myself as the type to make new friends at a club or bar. Girl, same. I'm the same. We're the same. She continues. I made my old friends who all moved away, either in high school, college, or at my old job. I'm in an onion-like Shrek or cake, because that's cuter.
Oh my gosh,
because I have layers. By spending time with people, I show them who I am and can be comfortable being myself. I'm sorry this is so long. I'm a teacher, so I provide tons of context with everything I say. Please give me your unsolicited advice on how to rebuild my social life.
Aww.
Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
Hello, Olivia. I don't know why, I really relate to her.
I could tell
on so many levels. I just kept feeling like, oh, me, and then bring it back to her. But yeah, I feel like I struggle with that a lot too.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I feel like it's very similar for you in that like you've been in the same place that you've grown up with your whole life.
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely struggled with friends moving away.
Yeah.
And having to deal with like, okay, well, like, what do I do now? And I also work at a school, so it's not like you can meet anyone really there. So it's like hard to, dating wise. I mean, some friends I've made from work, but it's hard when you like work all day and you just want to go home. And then especially if you don't have, like, I have the personality type where like if someone was like, hey, let's go out, like I can rally and turn it on. But if like I struggled with that where I'm like, I'm uncomfortable, like I don't want to go dance, I don't want to go do whatever, then that's even harder to like find those areas to push yourself in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, fully. And I am the complete opposite side of the spectrum. I do struggle with getting myself to go out. I need people to pull that side out of me.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I don't want to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if we're being honest, doing something crazy spontaneous, I feel a need for that probably every 6 months.
Yeah. I can
where
say
like
that.
I want to hop on a plane. I want to get in the car and just like drive, and I don't know where I'm going to go, but it's fine. Like I'll figure it out. That happens probably every 6 months where I feel like I have to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas I know plenty of friends who like that's just how they live.
Yeah.
Like that's a lifestyle for
Yeah.
them. That would exhaust me. And just even thinking about that, like I'm tired.
Yeah.
I can't think about that. So, but like as for the friend situation, I feel very similar to you. When I graduated high school and started working, I didn't even have friends from high school that I kept in touch with. So everyone that I hung out with were people that I met at work.
Yeah.
And it was great because I'm not extremely outgoing. I know how to be outgoing and to make friends. But if I'm stuck around someone for a long time, I'm going to just say it. I'm a good time. They're going to like me.
Yeah.
And then we end up being friends. Like
Yeah.
I'm a very likable person, so it's not hard for me to make friends, but getting myself out there to do that is hard.
Yeah.
Once I'm in a situation with people, like it's not hard. Like I can
Yeah.
talk, like we're it's a good time. But getting myself there is difficult. So when I moved to LA for the first time, Taryne knows, and I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I had a really hard time making friends because I was working from home.
Yeah.
I didn't even have like a work base to meet
meet
fellow
and mingle.
employees
Yeah.
and like intermingle in that way. So I legitimately was like, do I have to join a club?
Yeah.
Like, do I have to, do I need to start going out and dancing? But like the truth is like, I don't care to dance that much.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go out like in that way. Like it's just not again, every 6 months. So do I try to make a friend every 6 months, or do I try to do something different? I ended up meeting a small group of girls that I just ended up like it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
And it took a long time though, but I ended up making myself go every single week to hang out with these girls, even though I didn't know a single one of them.
Yeah.
And they all seemed to know each other, like somehow, like
Yeah.
some kind of connection. And I remember feeling very uncomfortable, but I just forced myself to go because I was like, this is your club.
Well, I was gonna say
this is my one opportunity to make friends. And so I really had to jump on it.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, like, it wasn't an easy thing for you. And I remember like you would come back and be like, oh my gosh, like I shared my testimony today. Or like I told someone about like something I was struggling with. And so I think that's something important to realize, especially with people who struggle with social anxiety. Like it's sometimes like people's advice is very like, oh, just put yourself out there. Like you'll connect with someone, you'll whatever.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, honestly, sometimes it is a thing that you commit to and you have to work on.
Yeah.
And so like I would suggest, I mean, it sounds like you're going to church, you're trying to like look for people there. If your church community is not your age, or if whatever communities you're in with work or whatever, I think it's okay to like explore and find other places too. But like I would set like really small goals. Like this Sunday, I'm going to like make eye contact and just say hi to like one person. And like if that's all you can handle, good. Yeah. Or like make up a line before, and it might feel like it's like disingenuine. But like I would sit in the car and be like, I'm just gonna say, hey, like I love your outfit, even if I haven't seen someone's outfit. But like for me, that's a way to like bridge a gap. And then you know how easy it is. Like once you've said hi to someone, the next time you see them, you're just like, hey, like you feel a little bit more.
I was just going to say the way to make a friend with any girl is to compliment her on something she's wearing. Yeah. It never fails. There will immediately follow at least a good like minute conversation. Yeah. Because it's like, where's it from? Oh, no way. Like, is it still there? Yeah, you can probably still get it. And then you can just be like, oh, that's so cool. So anyways. Yeah. And then like start a whole other conversation. Yeah. Girls are kind of easy like that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, especially girls, but like anyone, even just asking them questions about themselves. Like everyone loves talking about themselves. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would do that. Another thing I would suggest is like to dive a little deeper in whatever communities you're in. Yeah. Like all of the people that I would say I'm friends with at church were from like, because like I sing on the worship team. Like that's how me and you met.
That's how,
So like when you're on, or like if you go to like a certain thing, you volunteer somewhere, like when you have like a team that you're a part of, it's like you automatically have, we've talked about this before, but you automatically have that common denominator that it's like, I have a reason to talk to you. I'm not just like going up to a stranger. Yeah. So I would suggest maybe trying like for a little while, like volunteering at certain places to get involved with, you know, things you're passionate about, so you know, like, oh, at least we share that passion, you know?
Yeah. That's so funny you said that, because I remember having a conversation. I think I told you guys before, but I used to work at hotels, and I had multiple people say like I was so friendly, I was like super outgoing. I used to work at one. The specific hotel was where people like stayed at for a long period of time for like long-term stay guests. So they would like be out here on business and they'd stay for months. So we would just like, they'd have their dinner, I'd have my lunch, and like we would just be sitting there kind of just chatting because they have nothing to do and I'm just stuck there. You know, I can't move. But it's so interesting, as long as I had like a desk in front of me. Yeah. Like the counter in between me and the customer, I was the most outgoing, funny, like witty, clever, and all these things. I'm like, where's this coming from? And it's because like I'm putting on this role, and I'm in this safe place where I feel like I'm able to just like completely just relax. And that's the kind of situation I think I have found with my small group. And that's the kind of situation that I feel like Olivia has to look for. Yeah. Where she can find a place where she doesn't have to necessarily be like the center of attention, and she doesn't necessarily have to do too much except for show up. Yeah. And then like the conversations will just start. Yeah. As long as you just consistently get yourself in opportunities like that, then I know you'll step up to the plate because you seem like a great girl.
Oh, totally.
And you'll start a conversation, and or someone will start one with you, and you'll just rise to that, you know? Yeah.
And like, I know she was saying like her schedule is overwhelming,
Yeah.
and I fully get that, but you have to make time for yourself. So like even when you're like super tired, like, you know, pack clothes, like a change of clothes in the car, and like don't go home. Like change into a pair of clothes and like go straight to somewhere, but like make sure you're getting social.
Oh my God. This is a complete tangent, but I've had 2 people recently tell me how to take the best power nap. Do you want to hear what it is?
I think I was one of them.
Were you? No. TK.
Yes.
TK told me. And then
I probably told Alicia, and then Alicia told me, and I told you in the car.
No, TK told me. Oh.
I told you in the car, and then you said no. You didn't want to. When we were driving and you were tired.
Coffee?
Yes.
Okay. Ed just told me the same story.
Oh, so it's totally valid. If Ed said it, I will
it's a total thing.
everything.
Okay, guys, if you have not tried this yet, first of all, I'm not a big I don't like taking naps in the middle of the day. I can't time it right. I know that there's a fine line where you go too far, and I always go too far, so I never do it. It's something that I did religiously when I was in college because I had no choice. Yeah, and I had to, and I would actually sleep in the back of my car for 10 minutes just to get myself to work.
Yeah.
But here's what I have learned, and I would love for you guys to let me know if you have done this in the past, and 2, if it works. Basically, you take either shot of espresso or a coffee, you down it, just throw it back as fast as you can, lay down, take a nap, set a timer for 10-15 minutes max, and you will wake up completely energized because the coffee is kicked in that time.
It's brilliant.
Isn't that amazing?
I feel like it makes sense.
It makes so much sense because you're tired. The coffee's not going to kick in for a while. So you sleep during that period while it's, brewing and bubbling and getting your energy up. Oh. And then you wake up and voila, you're a brand new person.
I feel like we should try it.
Shocked. I'm just mind blown. So the next time that I'm super tired, I'm going to try it. And I challenge you all out there. If you are feeling, sluggish, or you feel like you have no social life because your schedule doesn't allow for one, then try the coffee technique and let me know how it goes.
I would love to
Also, if this goes very wrong, it's not my fault.
It's Ed's. Yeah, no, that's cool. But thank you for sharing your story. I love the way she wrote.
Thank you, Olivia. You wrote very beautifully.
Teachers.
Which was very nice and made it fun to read.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. And please let us know if you end up joining a club, or if you meet a group of friends, or you put yourself out there in some way. Yeah. We want to hear about it to celebrate you and encourage you. And also, all the listeners are here also.
And you sound like you have an amazing personality.
Yeah. You're going to be fine. Honestly, we're not worried about you.
Being funny gets you far.
Funny gets you far.
I will say.
Yeah. I was waiting. I was waiting for Taryne to be like, all you got to do is just tuck a little dad joke in your pocket, and you never know. It'll get you there.
No. I would start a conversation with a dad joke.
Yeah, I mean, I would listen. So
I would listen. Okay, well, before we get to my story, shoot. Oh no. Okay. It's about someone questioning if they're shallow or not. And honestly, we have had this exact conversation on my end so many times. Mm-hmm. I struggle with this too.
I struggle with that.
Yeah.
I agree. I know what Taryne's talking about. I feel like she's definitely feeling this. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So that's my story. So let's take a break, and then we will be right back.
So I love shopping, right?
I mean, yes, I do know this.
I love all kinds of shopping, but shopping can be really frustrating if you don't know what you're looking for.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The worst is beauty stuff.
Oh my gosh,
when I'm like,
yes.
Which one's better? Should I get this one? Should I do
There's
the
1,000 brands
mascara? Yeah. Do I want the volumizing mascara? Mm-hmm. And then you're trying to get the girl's attention from across the room, but she's busy helping this other girl who's taking up all the time on the planet. Yeah. Well, introducing Birchbox. Birchbox is a subscription service that brings all the beauty products to your door.
Love that.
So handy, so convenient. It comes with little mini travel size portions of products.
That honestly,
which is the best thing.
That's the best part. First of all, I love tiny anything.
Tiny always win.
Like tiny products. First of all, I feel like a giant. Second of all, it's like little samples, so it's just enough for you to know. Because then
that's the life hack that every woman knows. Is like if you don't know which like lotion or cream to buy, then you get the travel size one and test it. Yeah. That's what everyone has always done. Birchbox took that idea and put it into a box.
Yes.
And gave it to you.
Love it. So you guys would get delivered surprises and samples to your door every month. They're deluxe things too. So it's not just like crappy little samples.
Products for you.
Yes. It's literally beauty for everyone. So it's accessible.
Oh, I love that. Beauty for everyone.
Because everyone is beautiful. I know. But it's an easy way to see beauty products that's great for everyone, even the uninitiated and busiest among us. So like you don't even really have to put that much effort into it, really.
That's perfect.
Yeah. They do a variety and selection that's literally just for you. They work with over 500 brands that offer things from hair stuff to skin, lifestyle.
All the options.
All the options. So you do a profile and they'll send products that are curated for you. I know like in mine, I got like a BB cream, which, oh my gosh, I was such a fan of. I got like a little MAC mascara sample. There was eyeshadow palettes, hair masks, anything you can imagine.
Perfect.
It was like a tiny miniature Christmas.
It's like Christmas in a box.
Yep. We talk about Christmas a lot.
We love Christmas.
Continue.
Anyways, if you guys want to head to birchbox.com/advice, you can get started with Birchbox and get $5 off when you use promo code ADVICE.
That's promo code ADVICE at birchbox.com/advice for $5 off your first Birchbox. Again, birchbox.com/advice. All right, welcome back.
Welcome back. We back.
She back. Okay. So this is called I Feel So Shallow.
Relatable.
I loved it. Honestly, I knew exactly what it was. Okay, she doesn't say anonymous. Gosh, I keep telling myself I'm going to like highlight something at the top so I don't have to do this every time, but okay.
Just a quick glance.
You know, we could always just like read it, and then if we by the end it says anonymous, we can just say,
"Yeah, Mark can
do
that."
Can you edit that out? He's got it. Okay, so I'm just gonna start this one. Hi, Ashley and Taryne.
Hello.
My name is Mia. I'm 19 and going to be a sophomore in college. Youth.
Such a good time.
Youths.
Best time.
The youths. Firstly, I wanted to say how much I love, in all caps, your podcast.
Thanks,
just
Mia.
wait. This next sentence got me right in the feels. I honestly feel like I'm talking with my best friend.
Taryne and I have been emotional lately, so
oh my gosh,
who knows? I might just start crying.
I saw Lion King again, and I
saw it
still ugly
twice?
cried. Yeah, whatever. Okay. She says, so I could really use your advice. A few weeks ago, a girl I know from high school called me and said that she thinks there's someone she knows that would be a great match for me.
Ooh.
I say I want these phone calls, but then I get people in my life that are like, hey, there's this guy, and they show me him, and I'm like,
I just
think is like
had this
my
moment
type?
yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. I saw two pictures, two different guys that people wanted to set me up with, and I said, no. No.
See, but this is why we're gonna get into the girl.
Yeah.
Ooh, girl. Okay. At first, I was very confused because one, the girl is a year older than me, so we didn't really know each other. And two, the last time I saw her was probably in my senior spring break, which is more than a year ago. That is really random. So this girl doesn't really know me that well, and she was saying that she thinks me and some random guy could totally work. Yeah, I know, super weird. She kept texting me, and eventually I think she gave up, but sent me this guy's number in case I wanted to check it out. After doing some stalking, we love that for me. I love how she said that. Dude, I love stalking people on the internet. Like if you want to like set me up with someone, you have to be like, hey, there's this guy, here's his Instagram. And then I'll be like, okay, I'll get back to you in 24 hours.
24 hours.
I just felt like that's a good
Such a long period of
business
time.
Okay. I somehow decided to text this guy. I was feeling kind of brave and totally went for it. And it was such an amazing decision. I'm proud of you.
Good job.
Mia.
Well done.
So me and this guy texted and even talked a few times on the phone. We couldn't FaceTime, which why? I would like to know why.
I would like to know why too. I feel like there's no reason
You
not
couldn't
to.
FaceTime. Yeah, because that for me is a big, because she hasn't seen this guy.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really know the other friend that well to be like, hey, show me pictures,
Yeah.
So maybe this situation could have been avoided, but maybe it couldn't have.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We're going to give you the benefit of the doubt, but like you should definitely push for that.
That's what I feel like FaceTime is just like you get a person's essence.
It's a confirmation, one, that they're not creepers.
Yeah.
And that's important. Two, it gives you a real good, or at least a phone call.
Yeah.
At least a phone call where you get to kind of get a vibe for them.
Yeah.
Because people can say a lot in texts.
Totally.
That don't really like show who
and
they
like
are.
Conversationally, yeah, to know like, okay, do we actually have like a flow in a conversation?
Yeah.
So me and this guy I already said that. And we just hit it off. The girl was right. We had so many things to discuss about, and I really felt like it was going so well. 3 weeks later, me and the guy are finally meeting for the first time. Keep in mind that our hometowns are a few hours away from each other. I was so excited but extremely nervous, and I couldn't eat anything before, and I really hoped that it was going to be a good date. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky. The moment I saw him, I knew it wasn't it.
It wasn't it?
Like, she wasn't feeling it.
Ah.
And that's, okay.
Oof, that sucks.
That's so hard for me because I feel like I come from like an opposite point where I don't know them at all, but I like, if there's not that initial like chemistry or attraction, then I tend to be like, instead of like getting to know someone.
Yeah.
Which like then I feel really guilty about. So it's that whole thing where like everybody has their own taste and their own what they find attractive or not. But I don't want that to be the only thing. But it's hard when you don't know anything else about them. So that's literally all you have is like, you see them. Do I want to like initiate something or not? You know?
Yeah. Well, I think the truth is, and it's not everything, but like you have to be attracted to someone.
Yeah.
Something has to attract you to them.
I do think
So-
attraction can grow.
I think it can. And I think personality makes everyone 10 times hotter.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like 10 times just more sexy, more attractive when they have a good personality to go.
Yeah.
You
Or
know?
the opposite way. I've literally had guys that I'm like, you are a freaking statue and I am like in love with you. And then I have like a conversation with him and I'm like, dang, you
Dude.
dumb.
Yeah,
like
you
talk
can't
to
hold
you.
a conversation.
Yes.
You're not clever. Like you're
Yes.
not even trying. It feels like they don't, like no one's there.
And that means like everything to me. If you can't rally or like
Yeah.
keep up with like my banter, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So that's what's hard is because she did have this connection, but then she saw him and she didn't feel any kind of.
Dang.
I know.
That's
it's
such
so
a
hard.
bummer.
It's
That's
so hard.
Such a bummer.
I just want to say I have nothing against any look or style. I really don't care how people look as long as they are nice and respectful. But when it comes to relationships, I feel I really need to feel some chemistry and it just wasn't there. The problem is that I feel so shallow because the second I saw him, I wanted to call it off and go back home.
Oof. Yeah.
I know. I feel, but honestly, I appreciate her honesty because this is one of the things like every single person has felt this and maybe just won't say it because they feel bad. So it's a good conversation to have. I did manage to be with him for 3 hours, but when I left, I felt relieved, which is like, you don't want to feel that about like,
yeah.
the
And no
beginning
one
of a
wants you to feel
relationship.
that about them
No.
either.
No. But now thinking about it makes me feel so bad about myself. Do you guys think this is okay for me to feel that? It's not like he was ugly. I'm not saying that at all, but he just wasn't my taste at all. Am I shallow or are my feelings just fine? Please help me. Thank you so much. XOXO.
I'm going to just cut right to the chase.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's shallow at all. I think
Okay.
that's dating. I
Yeah.
think that is at its core what dating is. And you go, you meet someone, you talk with them, you get to know them. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
And looks has a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
obviously personality does too. It's the whole package, but
Yeah.
you know, you got to feel something.
Yeah.
If you don't feel anything, then I'm glad like she cut it off there.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with like kind of experimenting. Like there was like someone you had that with where you were like, I don't really know if I feel it, but like you hung out a few times because his personality was great.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, okay, let me see if this is just like, I don't really know you, so I didn't let myself connect.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but yeah, you do have to, like, you can't fake it. But that's hard. And
that's
also
hard.
I always think, because every time I remember like when I was younger, if like I liked a guy and they were like, oh, like you're not my type, I used to be so sad by that.
I know. I think
And
I used to take it personally too.
oh, totally. I think everyone does.
Has
but
nothing
then,
to do with you.
Yeah. Then there was like a time where I was like, wait, like I don't find everyone attractive. And it's not that I don't think that they have beauty, because I think every single person, no matter what they look like, is beautiful. But it's just me personally, what I attract to or not. And then who I don't find attractive, somebody else finds extremely attractive.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's like, I think we need to get rid of that like stigma of being like, he doesn't like me, I'm not his type because I'm not pretty to him. Like that has nothing to do with
or
it.
Or whatever. Yeah.
I also want to just say, she said, is it okay to feel that? You guys know this is one of my triggers. I think every single feeling, whether it's a bad feeling, a wrong feeling, anything, you're always valid to feel anything.
Yeah.
I think just the fact that you're really sitting in this and trying to figure out shows that like you have a good heart and you're trying to make sure like you're not being shallow, but at the same time, like don't, you know, like we all were born with these abilities to like kind of like know what we want, or we have those gut feelings. So I think you should listen to it. But I do think like if he has a great personality and you guys connect, you know, I think it'd be worth giving it maybe like one more date. Hang. But if you're like, oh, thank God I don't want to see him again, then I feel like that's your answer too.
Yeah. And just to again like reiterate, I think that this is what casual dating looks like.
Yeah.
It just is. It has nothing to do with her. It has nothing to do with him. If there's no chemistry, there's no chemistry. Yeah. And the answer is easy. Like move on to the next person. And it has nothing to do with anything else. And I feel like he would actually really appreciate her not wasting his time.
Okay, so follow-up question for you, because this is something that frustrates me, but I am a very direct person. If you were in his shoes, so like if you went on a date and the guy was like, she's just not my type, she's cool, but she's not my type, would you want him to just straight up tell you that?
So I think it'd be hard for me to hear that.
Yeah.
Just as a human being, I would take it personally. However, I would rather him tell me than get excited for a second date.
Yeah.
Because what would
or
piss
just have
me
him
off,
stop responding.
Yeah, what pisses me off, and this is like the I hate this the most, is ghosting.
Yeah.
Or if they're really not that into you and they're keeping a conversation going with like an underlining hope of a second date.
Yeah.
Screw you, bro. Like I'd rather you just tell me that, like, because like if I'm not your type, I'm not your type. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. At least I'd know to not keep trying with you. Like I'd rather start trying with someone else.
Totally.
Yeah.
I feel like,
but it is and would be very hard to hear someone be like, oh, you're just not my type, because I'd just be like, well, there's nothing else I can do, you know, like I can do nothing about that.
But then in a way I feel like, well, I do, because I do think like a dude a lot, but like I'm very like, when guys will just randomly be like all talking to me and then like not, I'm like, can you just say it? I would rather just like, no. I feel like, I don't know, Mark, are guys more, do the guys just want to hear like, sorry, I'm just not into you, or like they like it sugar coated?
Yeah, Mark, hit us with your wisdom, Mark.
No, direct.
Direct. Yeah. See, that's what I thought.
That is see,
it's us girls,
no
we're like,
wasting time. We're there's no confusion. There's no, you know, guessing games.
Yeah.
It's not a game. It's like, no, here's how I feel, and that's where we're at. And then it's just, okay, well, I'm gonna just move on from there.
Yeah. So, okay, well, she didn't really say like how it ended, but I feel like we just kind of gave you advice if you're trying to figure out how to like end it. But
yeah, I'm assuming if she felt that strongly about him,
yeah,
they aren't seeing each other again. But I do want to say I don't think she's shallow.
No,
obviously that was a concern of hers. Girl, you're not shallow.
You can't force things. Like,
no,
that's not, nobody wants that either. Like, if I knew a guy was dating me because he thought my personality was cool, but like he was forcing himself to like be into me, I would be like,
I would be mortified, and I would just be like, I would be upset that he dragged it on that long.
Yes, you want to be with someone who thinks you're as hot as you think you are yourself, right?
As you envision yourself being.
Humility. Okay, so yeah. I think this was cool. I think this is a good topic, though, to talk about because
it's a very interesting topic.
I'm super ballsy, so I'll just straight up be like, hi, are you like not into it? And like usually I just don't get an answer, but like that's fine.
Well,
that's fine.
You know, bluntness does scare some people, but that's your answer. No answer is an answer, even though we hate that.
Ashley was shocked by my bluntness and because I slid into the DMs again.
She always,
you know what I'm talking about?
She's always sliding. She slides up, she slides down, she goes.
Oh, by the way, all the freaking edits of me being like no shame, like sliding into DMs, I was literally dying.
Cried.
Like, I don't know how I became
known
as that.
You guys are so funny and clever. What was it? It was literally.
I was literally on a slide.
A recess, like school playground slide with a picture of Taryne just like going down the slide.
Sliding.
It was so
funny. Happy. No, yeah. Who did I DM? Oh, I DM'd Paul Klein from Lainey.
She did.
And I just said, have my babies. And Ashley was like,
That's literally all she said.
And I was like,
just like shaking my head, freaking Taryne over here being
I don't have shame. Because honestly, what's the word? He's going to open it and be like, that's weird, and not respond,
honestly,
which I don't talk to him.
Hopefully it makes his day. Hopefully he's the kind of guy that's just like, that's just like not saying ew, but being like,
I appreciate
I'll take that compliment.
Because what I mean by have my babies is, hi, ask me on a date and be a gentleman and date me, then marry me, then have my babies. But like, I don't have time to say that. So, I
think he would take it more as like a compliment. As like, oh, he's good looking.
He's hot.
You're good looking.
I actually volunteered at a church he led worship on before he got all famous. Mm-hmm. And I always had a crush on him. And then he got famous. And now I will never be able to communicate my love.
Nope.
So instead, I slide into his DM.
She found a way. There's always a way.
Not a successful way, but hey.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to our entire episode. If you made it this far, then you're the real MVP.
You the real
We're proud of you. If you have a story that you would like to share with us, please send them to us. We'd love to hear them. Anything funny, anything serious. We want it all. Please send it to adviceunsolicitedpod@gmail.com.
Also, follow us on all our socials, Instagram. We have a Twitter. We have a YouTube page.
Yeah,
all
we do.
Of the freaking links will
YouTubers
be
over here.
Yeah. Subscribe, rate, comment, review, share.
All those things.
All of the things.
Yeah. Also, go edit crazy. We love your edits. That's all.
Oh my gosh.
I just wanted to add that. It makes my day.
And the selfies of you listening to the podcast.
Yeah, all
love
the selfies. We love the selfies.
They're my favorite.
Please bring those back. Those are good. Okay. That's all.
That's it.
Moving on. Have a happy Monday or whatever day you're listening to this on.
Kill your day.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.